Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and we return for racing tonight in UFRL, and it is at the Yas Marina Circuit, Abu Dhabi, the United Arab Emirates. And let's go, it's one-shot quaddie tonight, followed by the 100% realistic cars race, of course. And going through the field, there is one driver missing, but the rest are all in, so we can go through it now before they take to the track, although they are apparently taken to the track. Don't tell me that's the 30-second countdown. Right, I need to find out. Somebody needs to tell me who readied up, because they are not racing. So somebody needs to tell me. That'll be a new lobby as well. A new lobby, and that whoever has done it will not be racing. Somebody needs to let me know, please. This won't matter because it will be a restart. But, so I'm gonna leave now. Make it easier, so they all know. It will be a red flag. We will be restarting. And again, I need to be told who readied up early. I need to be made aware so that driver will not be racing. So can somebody please let me know? Otherwise, can't do much. Come on, people. People need to tell me who's done it. If they don't tell me, we can't do anything. I need to be told. Whoever it was will not be racing, so come on, guys. You guys want real punishments for people readying up early? Well, now is your chance. You know what I mean? Here is your opportunity to get that person penalised, and then, if it happens again, at least you know then, okay, do the same thing. Then they won't be able to race. By the sounds of it, I think I know who it might be then. Sort out this lobby again, which we shouldn't really have to do. Abu Dhabi. We'll do one-shot quaddie again, obviously. Clear because it's one-shot quaddie, that's what we're going to be doing. It doesn't really matter if it's approximate or not, but there you go. Good, standard. Right, what's the... where is it? Make sure this is on good. Yeah, that's fine. Right, we'll start sending in the invites again. But we will miss one driver out on the invites. I don't like why are people doing this all the time for? It's so frustrating. Like, honestly. I know the driver who's not getting invited back in. Please do not worry about that, Brewdog. They pretty much admitted it in the lounge anyway, so, you know. Glue. Oh yeah, we'll need to open it up for glue. I will do that in a second. I just want to get all of the EA guys in first. The Xbox people can just join off me. That's why I'd get these EA guys in first. Because they can't join on me, whereas Xbox can. But it's 8:10, and we still haven't done one-shot quaddie. That is ridiculous. If I've forgotten to invite you, please do let me know, either in the... well... actually, in the chat would be great, because that's what I'm looking at the moment. Right, Xbox people who I am going to invite. Ghost, you can have a nice little invite, because you did not ready up early. Hazer, you can have an invite, because you did not ready up early. Late Bloomer, you can have an invite, but you're already in. You cannot have an invite, because you readied up early. Right, going down. Rusted Bolt. can have an invite, but he's already in, so he doesn't need one. Mr. Poem. He is not in, so I can give him a little invitation. Who else is to be invited? I don't think anyone who's offline needs an invite. From what I'm seeing, they do not. Brewdog. Is Brewdog in? Yeah, he's already in. He's the only one, so everyone else is fine. One driver sadly won't be racing, and it will unfortunately be, well, they know who. So, I'll send him a message just to make it easier. Yo, how did Glue get in? Hang on, is the lobby open? Yo, Glue, you're in. What? How has Glue been able to join? The lobby's not even open. That is the first time I've ever known Glue to join. Wait, what? How did Glue join? Well, there should be one more person. I don't... It's tricky to find out who unless we go through all the teams. So we've got 2 Alpha Tauri, 2 Aston Martin, 1 Ferrari. Oh, telling me the one guy you ain't in. It's Doug. Out of all the people. Wow. Fair enough. How frustrating is that though, having to do a new lobby again? It keeps happening. You have to put your foot down some point, you know? If you keep letting it happen, it will just happen way and way more often. Come on, Dougie, where are you at, man? He's probably racing against himself, isn't he? Do we just have to keep sending him invites, then he'll get the memo? I think. Hopefully. Come on then, Douglas. Hurry up and join, man. How long does it take? And I still don't understand. How did Glue join? Because he's only ever been able to join if it's if it's open, and it's obviously not been opened up. So I would love to know how Glue was able to join. I don't know if he said anything actually. No. Oh, he joined Okay, I didn't know if he could or not. That's good, actually. That's a lot more beneficial. Oh, but Douglas, that means you wouldn't be able to get in. I'd almost argue the best thing for you would be to just do one-shot quali. Maybe get disqualified, start at the back, reset your internet, and then, well, obviously make sure you start the race first, and then stay at the back, and then restart your internet. You'll be at the back, but at least you'll still be in the race when you come back. Surely that's the best way to do it. If you're struggling with your connection, at least make sure you're in the race first, and then hover at the back, make sure you don't get involved in anything, and then leave and try and get your connection sorted. 100% race, safety cars can occur. You can get yourself back into this race for sure. But if he doesn't wish to race, then we'd have to just go, but yeah. I don't think he can, sadly. I think we can just go then. If Doug isn't able to, I'm sure he'll happily watch. He'll keep me updated with everything, won't he? Good old Douglas. Yeah, I think we'll just have to go then. I'll pop it in the race day lounge. Right. Well, I'll just wait because I want to see. Okay, they are asking. I'll check what they say. Because I mean, if he's a couple of minutes, then I'm happy to wait a couple of minutes. Okay, he said yes. Okay, that's it, then we can go, guys. But I'm gonna update the race day lounge again. Right. Ready up for one shot quali at 2020. I'm gonna say 2024 or 2023 actually. And then ready up for the race at 2031. Or just in case, I'll make it 2032. There you go. Give them a quite clear instructions there. Have a few minutes of a rest for the one-shot quali and for the race. Obviously, they're going to be doing tyre allocations again. But yeah, you can't keep doing it. If you keep doing lobby restarts, it's just getting super frustrating now. And people have to realise that you can't just get away with it all the time, innit? Sadly. It may not be you all the time, or it may be your first time, which is a bit on the harsher side perhaps, but sometimes if you have clear instructions not to ready up, and yeah, sadly, I do think, yeah, a line just has to be drawn sometimes. It's unfortunate, of course it is. You know, a lot of the time, it perhaps maybe is not intentional, but it has to occur. Hopefully people are actually willing to wait a bit of time, because that's all they need to do. It's only a few minutes for one-shot quali. Get yourself mentally prepared. See where you qualify and think your strategies through for the race, which you'll have about 5 minutes or so to do that. But we've got 2 or 3 minutes until one-shot quali should start. I say should start for obvious reasons. The only good thing about one-shot quali in terms of the game, they do actually give you the 30-second countdown. But why on earth have the game decided they will not give you a 30-second countdown for the race? How does that make any sense? They give you a 30-second countdown for one-shot quali, but they do not give you a 30-second countdown for the race. EA, what are you doing? How does that make any sense? Why would you do that? That never came to my mind before. So they've decided to remove the 30-second countdown feature for the race, but not for one-shot qualifying. That's crazy. Oh gosh. Email EA, yeah. EA getting super frustrating, eh? You know what though? At least the drivers are seemingly willing to wait. And can actually listen to instructions, funnily enough. Maybe they thought, oh, crikey, something's happened. But what I'm going to say is, we're all ready. I'm going to thumb it up myself, and then let people thumb up as well. And once I see enough thumbs up, I will let people go. Maybe a minute early. Because again, one-shot quad, you expect them to sort of be ready in time. Right. Just reading what Ghost said. Oh my god, it's a miracle. Right, we can go. I'm happy that we've waited enough time. But they actually listened. I appreciate that. No, you can go. Panther. There you go. Thank you. Thankfully somebody has readied up. No, I'm happy with that. They did wait. The time was more of an estimation because I wanted to let them know roughly how long to wait. So I'm happy for them to go about a minute early. And obviously with the 30-second countdown anyway, you get that extra 30 seconds, so yeah. Right, here we go. Who's going to get pole at Yas Marina here in the 100% tier? And we are on our way, and it looks like we're on board with the car Rusted Bolt to begin with. So let's see how things fare here. Obviously, you'll be using up all of your battery, all on the soft tyres, no surprises there. As we'll try and go up the field if we can. Pesci will be one to watch in the AlphaTauri, as will his teammate. And of course, the two AlphaTauris tonight will be Pesci and Poison. Glue Destroyer Drag. Poison dropping well down the field here as we just entertain ourselves through turn 5 and onto the long straight here. The best chance for overtaking will be on the run down into turn 6, and the second best opportunity will be on the run down to turn 9. But here we are, through into turn 6 and 7, round at the chicane. Pesci down low in the field, but will hope to rise up through the chicane, which indeed he has. And he's up to P1, but he's dropped down again on the cusp of the leaders here. The Alfa Romeo's looking strong, the Haas drivers looking strong, and of course Pesci looking good as well. Poison still only in the midfield here, so surprising contenders up the front perhaps, but it is certainly the likes of Merck, Lynx, Hazer, Usamach, Black Panther doing well, Pesci in the top 6 as well, and they're all fighting tooth and nail round to turn 12. And on the exit now, a little bit slippery for Hazer. Battling out with Merck and Lynx for pole. They're going to be close as they wire down into turn 15 and 16 now. Who's going to be on top? Hazer goes to P1 at the moment. Through on the exit of turn 16. Who's going to take pole? It's going to be Hazer on pole by 1/10 of a second from Merck. And then you've got Lynx and Usamach in the second row. But there you go, a super pole time there from Hazer, edging out Merck by 1/10 of a second. And there are your official lap times. So it's going to be Hazer and Merck on the front row, second row for Lynx and Usamach. Great times all within 2/10. A bit of a gap back to the Aston Martin pairing. The Tier 2 title contenders perhaps for Black Panther and Filthy Ghost. Of course, I believe both of those... Hang on, no, Ghost hasn't won a race this season, has he? I know Black Panther certainly has. Or did Ghost? Black Panther won round 2, I remember that much. Ghost, I think, missed out to Salty Stevens in round 3. But certainly both are serious title contenders in Tier 2 this season. Speedy Bullet, Tier 3 in P7, Destroyer, Drac, Bulldog and Bolt rounding off the top 10. Then you got Bloomer, Mr. Poem and Pesci. The back 2 will be Glue and Poison, who got disqualified. So Poison and the other AlphaTauri will be starting P15 and last in this event. And again, we'll have a nice little 5-minute break. I'm fairly happy to bring the 5-minute break forward a little bit actually. So I'm sure we can probably go at 2030 rather than 2031. But again, originally it was more of an estimation. But anyways, let's see how the chat is looking. Yeah, no worries, Widget. I do understand, mate. I know it wasn't done on purpose. I do appreciate that. The only thing is, if we keep letting people do it, it will just happen every single race. Like, it's not a case of it happening maybe once a week. It's a case of it happening 2, 3, 4 times a week, and that becomes a problem, doesn't it? And sometimes you get people readying up twice early on the same night. You know what I mean? If we keep letting it happen, it will just happen so much, and we just got to do things about it, innit? And unfortunately, it had to start here. But yeah, we can't keep letting people do it, because it's getting super frustrating for everyone in the league. You know, commentators, absolutely. I'm getting super frustrated over it. I'm sure Willie Fernandez, Signsy, King Kong, whoever's on commentary duty will get frustrated about it. The owners, obviously, the poems will get frustrated about it for sure. And then the drivers, obviously, you get frustrated because you're trying to mentally prepare yourself for a race. And then all of a sudden, somebody readies up early, and then you're thinking, oh my god, it's going to be a lobby restart. You have to get all back in prepared for it. Yeah, it's just a bit messy, you know. And it takes, obviously, a long time, plus you've got to invite the people back in. So yeah, frustrating, I know. But yeah, sadly, it just has to do. We have to do something about it, innit? Yeah, but I appreciate you. I appreciate you saying basically that it was an honest mistake and stuff. Like, I don't mean anything bad about it. You know what I mean? It's just a very frustrating thing that occurs. I still think the game should be a lot better in terms of you need half the grid to ready up. Like they do on the main menu, you have to have half the people ready up before you load into the lobby. They should do that for qualifying and for races. You should have half of the grid ready up before you get into the main event, or any event really. That's my overall opinion, because I don't really understand how they decide, oh, one person readying up, that's enough. How is one person, especially if you've got 20 or close to 20 in the on track, how is one person fair? That's not representative now, is it? But yeah. Anyways, it does look like people are being quite patient. So again, do appreciate that, and we look forward to what hopefully will be a good race here. Let's see how things go. Obviously, if you want to give a watch widget, you can feel free to watch. I think Doug may be watching as well, hopefully. And I'm sure I see other people in the chat, which I do. One of them is being very quiet, but they are in the chat. I'll even join a lobby as soon as race starts. Game's lagging again. Oh, no. Okay, got it. Well, you need me to send you an invite, Drac? Or are you able to join off somebody? Maybe join off Glue? Somehow? I still find it amazing that Glue's never been able to get in, but boom, he's able to join off you. So would you be able to join off Glue then, Drac? Yeah, it's good widget. Hopefully it'll be a good watch, this one. I think Abu Dhabi typically is one of the most enjoyable races to sort of watch as well. Especially on the game. Because there are so many overtaking opportunities, you can genuinely go side by side. I'll try if possible, else I'll ping you. Yeah, feel free, mate, feel free. Hopefully, I think there will be battles early on, so it will be a bit trickier. If there's a safety car already, which, okay, hopefully there's no safety cars, but you know, there's probably going to be. Let's be realistic about things. A safety car at Abu Dhabi seems likely. But in terms of what I'm looking forward to, I think there could be some good side-by-side battles around turn 9 around here. I think turn 9 all the way into the treble right-hander through to turn 12, you can see some joy coming out of that. And we'll see if a few drivers are prepared to go side-by-side there. You might get a few going side-by-side through the chicane at turns 6 and 7, of course. Turn 6 is a good overtaking opportunity, especially on that long straight. I get the odd driver overtaking through turn 16 as well, which leads onto the normal main straight as well. But here we go. It's 2, 3, 4 and 5 lights. And it is, slowly, it's lights out. And we are go, go, go with Hazer in P1. Merck follows suit. Side by side come Merck and Link's Peace. Who comes through into turn 2 in the race lead? It will be Hazer, but they're still going out further back as Link's Peace has the edge and has got Merck. And he's got his number, and Lynx is up into P2, squabbling further back, with Merck trying to hold the place, and Aston Martin on the outside there, in the form of Black Panther, Ghost involved as well, but the top 2 racing away, in the form of Hazel and Lynx, Panther going at it, Merck, Usamatch and Ghost all going through as well. Further down you got Brewdog and Poem entertaining battles, but they're continuing to scrap here, as a Red Bull looking for a very opportunistic move there in the form of Speedy Bullet, but it doesn't deliver the overtake on Ghost, and yellow flags for Merck has gone round. Merck has gone round, unfortunately, and the Alpine down in P15. Side by side again come the Red Bull and the Aston Martin, but Filthy Ghost is able to hold on to P5, keeping Speedy Bullet behind, but they are losing track of the race leaders already. The top 4 running clear. Hazer, Lynx, Black Panther and Usamatch, as we'll get the tyre situation on now. Only three drivers are not starting on the mediums. Black Panther, Poison and Glue have all opted for the soft tyres. Everyone else on mediums. Nobody has opted for the hard compound tyre. Potentially a surprise here as they're still going at it. And in the race lead, Hazer has held on to keep Lynx at play, and Black Panther is following very closely in the Aston Martin. Usamatch perhaps losing a touch, but he's still in P4, looking healthy. Filthy Ghost still trying to close the gap to get himself within a second, and going at it side by side come Lynx and Hazer. This will give those further back a chance, but they're still going side by side as we can go on board directly with the Aston Martin off Black Panther here, who will edge his way closer towards the top 2 as well, and they're all running in the slipstream now. Panther goes down the inside, he will go through the middle, it will be 3 wide, down into turn 6 and 7, and has Black Panther got a lead? The Aston Martin is leading. Panther goes through, and Lynx and Hazer have lost out, but Black Panther on the soft compound tyres has taken the lead here at Yas Marina, but Lynx Peace fights it back, and Lynx Peace leads himself. He takes hold of Panther, and on the run down into turn 9, it's a return to the lead for Lynx. Hazer dropping to P3, and he has his teammate Usamatch for company there as well. But they're all going at it now, down into turns 12, into 13 and 14. And it is Lynx, Panther, Hazer and Usamatch, and Filthy Ghost has caught them up as well, and is in this little DRS train at the moment, which will be activated from the next lap. Let's see who can keep on with Pesci, just losing out a little bit at 1.6 seconds, but he will try his best to close that gap with Speedy Bullet in the Red Bull, 1 second behind Pesci now, and he got Poison on the soft tyres up into P9, whilst Late Bloomer takes Rusted Bolt for P11. They're going at it. A good battle there for Late Bloomer to enjoy, but they're still going forward here, side by side now, on the run through into turn 5. Who has got DRS on this lap? Will it be the Aston of Black Panther? Will it be the Alfa Romeo of Lynx Peace? And who will have it? It will be Black Panther. And they're all going at it side by side again. Give us a good view game. No, the game is giving us horrible views, but as you can see, Black Panther is still battling side by side again with Lynx. Lynx has now edged ahead, and this will give Usamatch a run down through into turn 9 to get himself ahead. Down the inside he goes, and Usamatch returns to second place. Black Panther and Ghost are in there, and Hazer following in. It's a 5-way battle, unbelievably, for the race lead here at Yas Marina. They're all going at it. They're all going at it thick and fast, as Lynx Peace continues to hold the race lead. The Aston Martins, they'll be trying to push on, as Hazer in P5 delivering as well in the Haas team. So Haas and Aston Martin looking like this circuit is keeping them on top of their game, whilst the Alfa Romeo is benefiting Lynx Peace for certain as he continues to lead, but DRS again will be activated on the run through into turn 6 and 9 once more. And we'll just see who will get themselves into P1 out on the exit of turn 5. They'll all be going close here, as Pesci has got himself in DRS range as well. So now the AlphaTauri is joining, and Poison will be expecting himself to join as well. He's on the soft tyres, of course, and he's 1.8 seconds behind, and he is the best of the rest right now. As the game, again, doesn't want us to give us the view on Usamatch, but it will give us a view here as Usamatch goes down the side of Link's Peace, who loses out to Black Panther as well. And what about that of Ghost in the Aston Martin? Will it be a double Aston podium here on the exit of turn number 9? They're going to run it close. Link still edges out ahead, and it's just about in P3, or is he? Yes, he is. And now, a hold on and hold your breath here, as now Pesci is directly behind them in this battle. 6 cars is unbelievable here. How close they are all running to each other. They have done tremendously well so far, and battles are continuing further down the field, as down the inside goes Link's Peace, and off track goes Link's Peace as well. May have to let Black Panther through as a result. I think it's gone wide again, and Black Panther does get himself through, but he's now outside of the 1 second window. Are his soft tyres beginning to struggle already? Poison is still closing the gap, but hasn't quite got himself within a second yet. Mr. Poem is a second behind Speedy Bullet, but he has the likes of Brewdog, Bloomer, Bolt, Merc, Glue, all for company. Drac 4.5 seconds back as well, so he's got something to do. Black Panther, Purple, Sector 1, and that has potentially got him. Is he in DRS range? He is not in DRS range of Usamatch, who is starting to put away 1.1 seconds, but it will allow for Link's Peace, I'm sure, to try and get the move done on the Aston Martin here. And down the inside goes Link's Peace himself, but continuing side by side, Lynx and Black Panther, and now coming through will be Ghost. It will be another 3-way battle, but side by side go Hazel and Pesci further back, but we'll stick with the action here between these 5 phenomenal athletes here going at it. And Link's Peace on the outside, down the inside goes Ghost. They're going at it again. Ronnie exit of turn 9 into turn 10. The Aston goes off track, that'll be Black Panther, but they're still side by side into turn 12, and it looks like Link's Peace has just got his number, and he's back up into second place. Unbelievable. But the Alfa Romeo is now 2 seconds behind Usamatch as a result of all this battling. Usamatch has pulled away from the rest of the field. Now, the Aston Martin of Ghost has Pesci behind him, Panther, Hazer, and look who's joining in. It is Poison in the AlphaTauri as well. The top 7 all putting a 2 second gap now on Speedy Bullet, as Ghost receives a 3 second penalty early doors, and Pesci all over the rear now of the Aston Martin will be fully aware of that, and he goes down the inside of the Aston Martin. A great move into turn 5, delivered by Pesci. Ghost trying to hold it here, unable to do so. They will all get DRS, I'm very sure of that one, as Pesci and Ghost continue side by side. Usamatch leading, Link's comfortably in P2 now, but here comes Ghost trying to hold it ahead of Black Panther and Pesci. Panther and Pesci going side by side now, so Black Panther's Aston Martin has caught up. He has not overtaken, and this will give a chance to Poison in the AlphaTauri, who takes Black Panther immediately and is up into the top 5. Next up for him will be his own teammate Pesci, and this is for P4 already. Ghost overtaken by Lynx, and they're going at it again side by side, coming the duo of Link's Peace and Filthy Ghost. Unbelievable, and down, that was close there from Ghost on the curb, but Lynx holding the place. The gap still just under 2 seconds now between Usamatch and Link's Peace. Pesci, Poison, Black Panther and Hazer all going strong here, as Late Bloomer has taken Mr. Poem and is up into P9. It's getting closer towards Speedy Bullet, you know. He is now within 0.3 of a second, so watch out for Late Bloomer overtaking Speedy Bullet on lap 7. And that could enable him to try and edge closer towards the top 7 runners, as a DRS train continuing to form here with 6 drivers ploughing through, and also Merc has joined the back now and has in fact overtaken Glue. Has Glue just gone off track maybe? I think he did. And they're still going side by side, but Merc has got the move done and is now up into P13. As Pesci now is getting close and drawing alongside Filthy Ghost, who edge clear into turn 6. Once more to the chicane. They will go side by side. Has Pesci got it, or has the Aston delivered? They will be close again, side by side, and the AlphaTauri of Pesci goes through. But now, Poison Aim High will join in this battle. And this is for a place, potentially, up onto the podium. Through goes Poison, and he goes around the outside of his own teammate Pesci. They're going and squabbling here with the Aston Martin of Ghost still in the picture. Unbelievable stuff. Pesci holds on, or does he? Yes, he does. Pesci still on the podium, but again, a gap beginning to form to Link's Peace now at 1.1 second. The gaps are opening up here. Usamatch to Lynx, and now Lynx to Pesci. So now it is a 5-way battle. Pesci, Ghost, Poison, Panther, and Hazer on the rear of them. Hazer just holding firm, and as is Black Panther now. I think he's relaxed a little bit into this race. As Pesci now starting to close that gap at 0.8 of a second on Lynx. I'm sure he'll probably be using his battery just to get closer. And he does look like he is close enough, as his red light was flashing already. And now a battle with Poison and Ghost. They're going in at it for who's going to have DRS, because I don't think they were close enough. Were they close enough at all? So who has DRS here? It will be for the Alpha Tower of Poison. Ghost does not have DRS. Black Panther will be fully aware of that. He will make an attempt on his own teammate here. And oh, Panther's gone in deep. Very, very, very deep. If you're going in that deep, you don't want to be doing it on the racetrack. But anyways, Black Panther has just lost out that position there. And very deep he went in there on Poison. But it's not really... Hopefully there's no damages for Poison. But would have cost him time, I'm sure. So the gap now at 2 seconds. Pesci is now overtaken Link's Peace. That would have been quite a mesmerising move there from Pesci. To be able to overtake like he did before you even enter turn 12. Lovely done. And now Pesci is 2.1 seconds away from Usamatch in the race lead. Pesci is the one to watch right now. I mean, you've got Poison and Hazer still there. Ghost and Panther, the two Aston Martins, have just begun to drop back. But it's not looking all plain sailing here for Poison on the soft tyres. Two-stop strategy is surely what he's going for. Again, nobody on the hard tyres. Everybody is still fairly within range. Like, even Destroyer Drag, he's not far behind now. 1.5 seconds away from Glue. He is close to joining up the back of that battle. So they're all relatively battling each other. The only one who's not really is Usamatch. He's not battling anyone, because he's got a very sensational lead round here at 2 seconds. As Link's Peace again drawing close and going at it as well. Hazer and Poison, the two Aston Martins, following in. Black Panther will try his best not to run in too deep again. As going at it, and now it's Bolt and Poem. Has Poem got the place? It looks like he has, but the Mercedes Brewdog around the outside he will go. And these four drivers, it seems, in the form of Poem, Bolt, Brewdog and Merkel going at it tooth and nail as Bolt and Poem go side by side. Who is going to edge clear as the outside line coming down into the inside now for Poem? He's going to go ahead of the Williams, or is he? Side by side into the rundowns, into turn 11 and 12, and Bolt edges ahead. But Poem is still there, but loses a little bit of traction. Bolt is up into the top 10 ahead of Mr. Poem. The battles are continuing to draw in here. Incredible stuff as Poem, Brewdog, Merc and Glue are all there. And into the pits goes Black Panther. He's had enough on his soft tyres, and they only lasted 9 laps. Soft tyres lasting 9 laps for Black Panther. He has decided that is it. He has had enough. He's getting rid of them. Usamatch continuing to run away. Got to say, the Hash showing impressive pace around here. 2.5 seconds clear. And I did feel the aid of DRS will really benefit drivers. But if you lose touch of DRS, you'll then be struggling quite a bit further down the field. They're still going at it. I think we'll go back up towards Pesci then. And here he goes. He will make the move with consummate ease here on Link's Peace. And he's up into P2 once more. Right, further down the field again, they're going at it here with Brewdog and Merc. And who is ahead? It looks like Merc is ahead of Glue, but he's not ahead of Brewdog. So Brewdog's got himself up into P11 now. Merc just losing out there. And Glue, and now Destroyer Jack is almost within 1 second. So Destroyer Jack may get DRS on the next lap, you know. They're all going at it. Glue technically should be in a better colour than McLaren, but the reason why he's only in the McLaren is because of the late sign-up. If he had signed up earlier, he would have probably got a better car. So yeah, the reason why he's only in the McLaren rather than one of the quickest cars is because he signed up quite late. So yeah, next week, if Glue wants a better car, then what I'd recommend is to sign up earlier. But anyways, back to the action here. So yeah, Glue is in a little bit of an unfavourable car compared to what everybody else is in, really, relative to the actual pace. But he's still holding his own in all fairness, as Mr. Poem now receives a 3-second time penalty. Meanwhile, Black Panther returned onto softs. There's no point doing that because he's going to have to pit again. There is a full course safety car. I knew we'd get one, but it's not for any incident, it's for a loss of front wing. Okay, so Black Panther now will go in. What tyres would he go for? Because that is the second set of soft tyres that he's used. As don't know what's going on here. Glue and Track apparently. Glue apparently has been overtaken by Destroyer Track, and I do not know why, but Black Panther is in, getting rid of his front wing, and he's got the medium tyres on his Destroyer Track. Picks up a time penalty for overtaking Glue under the safety car. I do envision that must have been a glitch though. I'm pretty sure it was. But if I'm Destroyer Track now, I'm serving that 5-second time penalty. You might as well. Just get rid of it, innit? Yeah, just serve that 5 seconds. A lot of people will be going in the pits, but who? Will Usamatch dive in? Yes, he will. So in goes Usamatch. Pesci will join. Yeah, they're all going in. Very close to Hazer and Poison. Filthy Ghost stay. Nope, he doesn't stay out. He crosses the white line on pit entry, but doesn't seem to impact anybody at all. Speedy Bullet. None of them wanting to stay within the right lines. Okay, 2 of them. Everybody's in. Oh, there you go. You've got some drivers. Destroyer Jack, I'm very surprised. But Destroyer Jack is staying out, even though he's got a 5-second penalty. I'm very shocked about this. Personally, I was expecting him to stay out. Glue has also opted to stay out on the softs. Interesting. Very interesting strategy calls. Particularly from Glue. No, you know what I'm saying? Particularly from both. I'm actually very surprised about this. Because Drac could have had a chance to get rid of a 5-second penalty early in the race. Who knows? There might not be another safety car in this race. If there's no more safety cars, he won't have a great chance to serve that 5-second penalty. And, you know, he won't want to serve a 5-second penalty later in the race when there's no safety car. We've had no DNFs from 15 drivers. Only reason why there was a safety car was because Black Panther lost his wing. So, in reality, I'm not sure on Destroyer Jack. Strategy call here. I mean, listen. He done strategy calls in Tier 1. And I've got to say, the decision to go intermediate under the safety car was a absolutely world-class strategy call. So you can't fault him on that. But this one, the 5-second penalty, and no guarantees of another safety car, I'm a bit surprised he's not served that 5-second penalty. I do believe if he served that 5-second penalty, he might get out ahead of Black Panther. But that will be close now. He would have done beforehand, but now it would be close. And Glue as well. He's on soft tyres, but he's decided to stay out on softs. Very surprising. If there was anybody who's going to stay out, I'd expect it to be medium tyres, which is why I kind of get Drac staying out, but at the same time, I thought to get rid of his 5-second penalty, it would make more sense. And they've both decided it makes more sense. Of course they both decide that. Alright, fair enough, lads, fair enough. And into the pits also goes Filthy... Getting a bit touchy there. That was a bit close, wasn't it? A bit close for comfort. But they've all opted to go in. So Drac will now serve his penalty. He will drop behind Black Panther. I can see that coming. There you go, serving his penalty. He will obviously drop down behind all of these drivers. He will drop to the back in P15, I believe, as well. But he has no time penalty now, which is clearly beneficial towards the Williams driver. As it's a bit slidey out the corner. Maybe he was better off not going in the pit. Oh, imagine that. If that had DNF'd him because of that slide. Jesus. I'd never tell Destroyer Jack to pit ever again, personally. if that happened. Jesus. Right, back into the lead, and so now everybody has opted to make a pit stop. Feel a bit sorry for Black Panther. Actually, no, I don't, because he was the one who caused it. I was going to say feel a bit sorry because he's got 1 lap extra on his medium tyres, apparently. But actually, no. I take that back. I do not feel sorry for Black Panther because he was the one who caused the safety car. And if anything, it's actually benefited the Aston Martin. Somehow in all of this, it has benefited Black Panther. But anyways, back to the leaders. I'm sure the safety car will be in this lap. I've got to say, I have enjoyed the race so far. 13 laps in. There's been maybe 1 incident to note. Maybe 2, because I don't know what happened to Merck earlier on. I'm sure Merck would have been up there fighting with the front runners if that incident did not occur. Because he clearly has signs of pace around here. Anyways, we are on board directly. Well, not directly, but you know what I mean, in the broadcast view with Usamatch, and we'll check for when his throttle goes full. Waiting for that safety car to return to the pit lane, which it is now doing. So it is now all up to Usamatch when he wishes to go. And once he does go, we will turn off the throttle. And there you go, he's already going. It's an early getaway from Pesci. Don't forget Usamatch on the medium tyres now. He'll want to get a breakaway if he can and try and break away from that 1 second window which sees Pesci and Lynx on the hard tyres. Mediums for Hazer, softs for Poison, softs for Late Bloomer. Bloomer up to P6, he is now flying. But they're going at it further ahead with Hazer all over the rear of Lynx piece now on the better tyres. Pesci still closing on Usamatch, but here comes a chance potentially for Hazer. If not for Hazer, it will be Poison. Hazer goes down the inside. He does a Douglas move here at Yas Marina, and he gets the overtake done. But Lynx, I'm sure, will not be satisfied with that, because he will fight it back, and he will draw himself alongside, and he will go for the overtake on the long straight, on the run down into turn 6. Through goes the Alfa Romeo, or does he? And we'll go on board with Poison, because this will give us a brilliant view. As you can see, they're getting very close there, but they're all squabbling away. The top 2 running clear, but it's Hazer, Lynx and Poison going at it here in the Alfa Romeo of Lynx. Is he ahead of Hazer? What can Poison do about it? They're still going side by side here with the duo of Lynx and Hazer, tier 1 drivers, with Poison in behind. Down the inside goes Hazer. Has he got the move done? Poison is still watching on board very nicely as the duo keep at it here with Hazer. Round the outside, goes slightly off track. I hope it doesn't give him a... Well, hopefully it doesn't tell him to give the pace back. I don't think it has done. But Lynx pace now, and Poison's going down the inside. A very opportunistic move there from Poison, who goes down the inside of Lynx piece. They're still going at it. Entering the fray now is the Ferrari of Late Bloomer, who takes Lynx piece as well. And Late Bloomer into the top 5. Incredible, but Lynx piece is the one who has lost out. He was P3, now he is down in P6. Not beneficial for the Alfa Romeo, but he's on the hard tyres. Pesci also on hard. He's starting to lose track of Usamatch, as Poison now will go for the move here on Hazer, and he will overtake around the outside, or down the inside in fact, and the AlphaTauri going for an overtaking. Hazer drops him behind, and side by side come through our Lynx piece and Speedy Bullet. And I think Lynx is still ahead of the Red Bull. Further back, Mr. Poem and Bolt running in closely, and Bolt now has got Merck for company. And it is the Alpine of Merck who will take the place of Bolt, both on soft tyres. But Merck has got himself back into the top 10. Next up for him will be Mr. Poem, both on soft tyres, don't forget. As is Bolt, as is Glue. Bolt now losing the pace to Black Panther. Not sure what's happened to his getaway, but Russell Bolt dropping positions here. And down to P12 behind Black Panther. A bit of a surprise, that one. And then you've got Glue and Ghost still in there, trying to keep track of Bolt. I'm not sure what's happened to Bolt here. He's going in the pits. He's obviously lost some of his front wing. As you can clearly see, he's lost his end plate. No wonder why he is having to pit. He has lost his end plate. We'll go back up here towards the midfield drivers, with the likes of Speedy Bullet, Brewdog, Poem and Merck trying to keep tabs of Lynx in the Alfa Romeo. A DRS train being formed up to Pesci in P2. Just keep watch of this one. I hope you guys are enjoying this race so far. I've got to say it has been quite an impressive event. But it is Abu Dhabi. It's what you expect as going for up ahead. The two AlphaTauris. Pesci not battling this one. I think he understands the situation and allows Poison to go through. And is hoping that Poison can catch up to Usamat, which I'm very confident. Personally, Poison will have the race pace to do so. He normally does. So he will close that gap unless Pesci wants to overtake, which he doesn't. I think Pesci will just try and stick with his own teammate, which he can do, to be fair. Pesci again has enough pace, but does he have enough pace on the hard tyres? That's the question. As Merc takes Brewdog, and Merc now up into the top 8. Mr. Perm has still got Black Panther on his rear. Filthy Ghost still outside the 1 second window, though. He will not be getting DRS at this moment in time. Go back up the field towards Hazer. He's about 0.4 of a second short of Pesci on the run through into turn 1. Has Hazer got it in him? Is he going to go for a move? He's just going to hold off. And what about further behind? You see a lot of drivers entertaining a potential battle here. As Poem, Brewdog, Merc still in there, right behind Speedy Bullet. And then Poem wants to have a battle here. He's getting racy with Brewdog. He's getting very racy with Brewdog. He will try to go down around the outside. Would he switch to the inside? He holds the outside line here for Mr. Poem. Has he got the move on the Mercedes? They will try and get DRS, I believe. Or has it been activated this lap? It has been. And Mr. Poem is through. But Brewdog will try and fight this one back. At 1/10 of a second, Poem is ahead of Brewdog. Brewdog thinks about it down the inside, but he holds off. And Poem up into P9, following Merc, who was trying to overtake Speedy Bullet as well. As Pesci holds off Hazer in P3. Further down the field here, Brewdog's had something wrong. He's got off, and it is allowing a multitude of drivers to power past the Mercedes. Rusted Bolt also had a box, obviously, for a front wing change on medium tyres now in P15. And Speedy Bullet has lost the place to Merc. So something has happened to the Red Bull, or has Merc just got that pace because now he's on the rear of Link's Piece? Merc looking very racy on those soft tyres here. And is up to P7, and next up will be the hard tyre runner of Link's Piece in the Alfa Romeo. Speedy Bullet, Poem and Black Panther will try and follow in as well. But here comes a chance for Merc on the main straight. And we'll have the run down into turn 1 in front of the main grandstand here. No, not quite. Merc stays in behind. He knows there will be a chance on the run through into turn 6. And further up the field, Hazer keeping close tabs on Pesci. Poison still not within a second of Usamat, but he is getting a little bit closer, it seems. Whilst Merc is all over the rear of Lynx. He is almost side by side. He will put himself alongside here. And already on the run into turn 6, is he going to go for it? He will go down the inside as Mr. Poem follows in on Speedy Bullet. They are both going at it, Merc and Mr. Poem. And off track goes Merc. And this would allow all of them to go through. Certainly Link's Piece. Mr. Poem goes through as well. And they are now side by side here around turn 9. But Poem edges ahead. Merc looks for it down the inside. But Merc has made a costly error here. Failing to make the overtake on Link's Piece. And now he has been overtaken by Mr. Poem, who is back up to P7. But it is a big error for him. As further down the field, you've got Speedy Bullet, Black Panther and Ghost still trying to battle. Hazer is just a 1/10 of a second short of Pesci, and Poison keeping a close eye on things on Usamat. The gap staying at around 1.3, 1.4 seconds. So Poison is still slowly catching Usamat, but it is very slowly at the moment. And further down the field, I see Glue being overtaken by Destroyer Drac. Drac now making his way up into P11. He's within a second of Black Panther as well. So Drac has got some pace. Brewdog also taking Ghost. So Ghost clearly struggling now. Further down the field, we will go back towards this one. On the exit of turn 5, we've got Poem and Merc here. And there you go. Merc is now going for the move. He will get the move done as well. And Merc up into P7. Further back, Speedy Bullet has taken Destroyer Drac, and that is for P10. Oh, they're going at it as well. Speedy Bullet has got his way through. Unbelievable stuff. He's taken Drac, he's taken Panther. Panther has been taken by Drac as well, so he's dropped to P11. Brewdog and Glue going at it, and further up as well. Drac now repasses the Red Bull. As Speedy Bullet wants to do a lovely cutback, but he's unable to do so, as Destroyer Drac parks his car very neatly on the inside, I've got to say, to keep Speedy Bullet behind him. So Destroyer Drac stays in P9. There you go. I was wondering why it was so quiet. There you go. Right, back to it up the front with Merc now, who is back to where he was just a couple of laps prior. And this is a battle between himself and Lynx for P6. Ghost now receives a 3-second time penalty. Oh, and it's a safety car. Ghost is out. Wait, what? Ghost is retired in the pit lane. Sorry? Why is there a safety car for this? Why is there a safety car? He's retired in the pit lane. There must be a reason. He must have picked up damage. Must have been front wing damage. And now, well, there you go. There is a safety car, and we will see what happens here. Everybody who lost out on DRS before, unfortunately, in particular for Oostermatch, all of his hard work has effectively been undone. For Poison, or all of those on the soft tyres, do they now think they have to box, or do they all stay out? Again, it's all down to the strategy calls. Right, so we've had a few drivers entering the pits, and Poison being one of those, getting rid of his softs, going for medium tyres now, fresh mediums. Again, I think it'll be a struggle for him to get them to the end, but he can go on for another set of softs later in the race, if he's got another set, that is. Don't forget, he did start on softs as well, so yeah, the fact that he's gone 2 sets of softs, but now he's got mediums on, we'll see what his pace can be like. Perm's gone for hard, so he's going to try and get to the end. And Black Panther also opting for the hard. So these drivers thinking, you know what, we're going to try and go to the end. If not, they can go for softs later on. Hopefully for them, or for their sakes, there won't be another safety car. But this is the second already. The first one was for Black Panther losing his front wing. The second one is for Ghost doing something. I'm not too sure what, because he's retired in the pit lane, but he must have received damage just beforehand. As Glue slowly making his way out as well in the McLaren. But the two Aston Martins so far seemingly the causes of the 2 safety cars. But obviously, again, I don't have any guarantees over what happened with Ghost. I can't guarantee anything because I didn't quite see it, unfortunately. Hopefully it was more driver error, but again, we'll find out. Right, safety car in this lap. Glue has not yet caught up, however, so he's just about, I believe, going to catch him. Just. Very, very lucky. Yeah, he's just starting to catch up now as Usamach has prepared to go. So we are off and underway now. Again, as Glue will be all over the rear of Rusted Bolt. I'm very certain of that in the background there. But the gap is at 1 second, to be fair to Glue. It's not all as close as what I was thinking he was. Off track there was Pesci, meanwhile. So unbelievable. I'm not sure what happened there with Pesci, but he ran very wide, which will allow for Hazer to have an opportunist move here down the inside into turn 5, and he gets the move done. Hazer up into second place. It is a Haas 1 and 2 on a safety car restart. Pesci though will draw himself alongside, and he will now go for the re-overtake. Or will he? No, he drops in behind. Bloomer and Lynx thinking about it, and also Speedy Bullet in the Red Bull has just got the position here on Merc, but he's trying to battle with Poem. He's unable to do so actually. Poem did stay ahead of Speedy Bullet. Speedy Bullet is still ahead of Merc, but Merc can now go at it here, and he will run very wide to get this move done on the Red Bull, side by side, powering through on the run into turn 9, still side by side, Merc and Speedy Bullet, but Speedy Bullet in the Red Bull is the car in front. Speedy Bullet did not box, or a little bit of contact there. Nothing too severe it seems. Merc just maybe being caught unawares there with Speedy Bullet. Speedy Bullet is on 9 lap older tyres here, and that is why he will be struggling for natural race pace up against Merc. So let's see, Merc will try and go around the outside. He's going to switch to the inside. He's going to switch absolutely everywhere. But Speedy Bullet doing very well to keep the Alpine behind him. Merc still going to go at it. He knows they're just losing time. A Destroyer. Drac now joins in the battle, and Drac goes round the outside. Merc goes off track, and Merc loses out again. He's done similar to what he did against Lynx Peace earlier on. He's now lost the places here. Destroyer Drac still going at it. Bloomer is now losing places. He's losing many places. He's down the field and down to P14 for the Ferrari of late Bloomer. Good evening to GBFC, thank you. I know, see, the issue is right now, they are not working, sadly. But anyways, here we go. Drac is keeping Speedy Bullet behind him now, having just made a move at Merc, has dropped down behind Drac, Speedy Bullet, Brewdog and Black Panther. And now, Rusted Bolt as well. It's incredible, look at all of those cars. 6 vehicles in a space of a few, maybe a couple 100 metres, not even that. There's incredible battling here. Look how close they are. Brewdog is now just ahead of Black Panther on the run through into turn 12. And he will just stick ahead. It's very close there. The Williams of Rusted Bolt to Black Panther. But Panther is staying ahead. And further up the field, Poison, the 2 AlphaTauris, are trying to keep tabs on the 2 Haas drivers. Is a Haas 1 and 2, an AlphaTauri 3 and 4, and an Alfa Romeo 5 and 6 here. So clearly, well, they're competitive with each other as Merc is in the pits. He's obviously received damage as late Bloomer is on a spin around the main straight. So not a great lap there for Merc or Bloomer. And we'll go back towards the AlphaTauris. Down the inside goes Poison on Pesci. And Pesci losing out there. There's a little bit of a wider line from Lynx Peace. Mr. Poem still in the picture as well. Have we got DRS enabled? Yes, we do. As you can clearly see, Poison and Pesci have both got it. So they've opened up their rear wings here to try and fire towards the Haas pairing. Did Hazer have it? I can't recall. Maybe Hazer did have it, but he's definitely got it now. And he's going to try and see if he can make a move. He's going to go inside or out. He's going to think about the outside. Oh, very, very close. Close to his teammate Usamach there, but just about keeping it together. That would have been a bit similar to like Daniel Ricciardo, Max Verstappen at Baku, when obviously Ricciardo just couldn't get the car stopped. I think there was a lot of the blame then was on Verstappen, of course, for moving this car a little bit too much. Weaving, effectively, is what it's called. As Usamach and Hazer still ahead of Poison, though. Poison has joined in, really for the first time in this race. Poison has looked like he is battling with the genuine race leaders. He's always been in that sort of chase group when you had Usamach running away. And earlier on, you did have 2 or 3 other vehicles ahead of him, but now he is all over both Usamatch and Hazer. He is obviously on the fresher tyres. Take into account that they all will need to box again, I do envision, as around the outside goes Poison. He takes Hazer first and foremost, and now on the long straight here, on the run through to turn 6, surely Poison will take the race lead for the first time this evening. He will go for the move on the Haas duo. He will take Usamatch, and for the first time at Yas Marina tonight, Poison leads here. And now Usamatch and Hazer will follow him in, but they're going to have to try and keep tabs on the AlphaTauri's pace with Poison on the fresher tyres. Pesci links Mr. Poem still there, and Destroyer Drac keeping in the distance as well of the 1 second window. All the top 7 have DRS on each other now. We'll go back up then towards the Haas drivers, Usamatch and Hazer. Maybe a bit surprising that Hazer is keeping pace with Usamatch. Earlier in the race, Usamatch ran away. He was about 2 seconds or so ahead of the rest of the pack. So the fact now he's struggling to keep up with Poison maybe isn't a surprise with the 9 laps difference on tyres. But the fact that the likes of Hazer, Pesci, Lynx, Poem, they're all staying in here with Usamatch, which just makes things a little bit more intriguing to watch here. And we'll stick with this Destroyer Draclo, is now half a second away from Mr. Poem. He may go for a move himself. Mr. Poem still may go to the very end of this race on his hard tyres, providing there is no more safety cars. Merck also is on 1 lap old hard, so he's going to try and get himself to the end as Link's Peace receives a 3-second time penalty, and it has not been a great event so far for both Alfa Romeos for time penalties because they are the only 2. And now making a move will be, was that Pesci going for it? So then Usamatch is going as well. So Usamatch and Pesci are both on it. Pesci overtaking Hazer there. So now Pesci onto the podium, and next up for him will be Usamatch. They've all lost out to Poison, who is starting to run away, and Pesci just thinking about the move there momentarily on Usamatch, but holding off in P3. Hazer, Lynx, Poem and Destroyer Drac just in the picture as well. And now watch out for the 2 Alfa Romeos, and particularly for Destroyer Drac on those soft tyres. I do think he can come through the field, but again in a DRS train it will not be very easy. Let's go back towards Mr. Poem, who's all over the rear of his teammate. Does Link's Peace need to think, you know what, my teammate, you're quicker than me right now? Maybe doesn't know he's on fresher tyres, but he's on 9 lap fresher tyres. So Link's Peace really would be more beneficial for their race to allow Mr. Poem to go through. Surely that would be the wiser move here from Lynx to do that. Let's see as we keep a watch of them through to turn 5. And we'll stick with the Alfa Romeos then. And further up the field, I see Pesci has made his move now on Usamatch. And further down, the 2 Alfa Romeos are staying and holding position. Seems a bit like a Verstappen, Checo, a Hamilton, Bottas moment. Just hold position, you're not allowed to overtake. And maybe that's what's going on here, is again Usamatch going for it on Pesci. That is the closest any of the front runners have got to each other, as Pesci and Usamatch going at it. Oh, Pesci has had some sort of squabble and then ended in disarray. He's lost out towards Hazer as well. So through go the 2 Haas drivers. Pesci losing out, Lynx, Poem, Drac, Brewdog now in the frame in P8. He's all over them as well. Although I say that, Brewdog's now made a mistake himself and has lost time. He's outside of the 1 second window, but he was there. He was there about a millisecond before I said, obviously. Curse of the commentator, hey. Right, back to this one then with Pesci. Can he take the Haas drivers here? They're all going for it. The Haas, the Alfa Romeos and the AlphaTauris all in the top 6. And the 2 Williams, P7 and P9. Only the Mercedes of Brewdog are denying those 4 teams right now a chance to compete for a win or a podium. I mean, the gap from Poison further back is 4 seconds. Formidable stuff from Poison. But surely they're all going to box again. And now they're going 3 wide into the chicane. can go better or more than Link's piece, because we can see this action here. And that is Pesci and Usamatch, and off track goes Usamatch there. And let's see if they're still going at it. It's incredible battling though between these drivers, and they're still going for it. Usamatch, Pesci, Poem is in the picture, and Lynx as well. Lynx just dropping in behind his teammate. Poem has taken both. They've come together. They've taken each other out effectively. No DNFs, but Usamatch and Pesci come together, and Fugo the 2 Alfa Romeos. Dramatic scenes here as Usamatch has been disqualified. Unbelievable. Absolutely incredible. Usamatch has been disqualified. I hope that he's been ghosted. And okay, kind of has been. Wow. Link's piece now has to go in the pits. I don't know if he has damage. We're going to watch his pit stop load just in case. That is one chaotic lap as Usamatch has left. Oh, no surprises there. Now into the pits. Link's piece. He does not need to serve any sort of change of wing, fortunately for him, so he's back out and underway. But sadly, that has allowed for Poison and Hazer to extend their advantages. Poem is up into P3 now. You got Drac and Brewdog following in, but that was an incredible battle. The contact, unfortunately, between the pairing of Pesci and Usamatch has kind of denied both drivers a genuine chance here of competing for what could have been a win at the end. That's a bit slippery there, Mr. Poem, and this will give Drac the chance he needs. I don't think he needs a second invitation. Fugo's destroyer Drac then, and he will take the place of Mr. Poem. Brewdog is thinking about a move, but he holds off. But Destroyer Drac does not need a second invitation on that. It was a clear move for him to make, and he's up onto the podium again. So let's see. Actually, I'll say it again, for the first time this evening, I believe, apart from under the safety car when he decided not to box, but he had a 5-second penalty. So Destroyer Drac again has worked himself through the field remarkably well here. But obviously he will need to box again. Mr. Perm still maybe hoping for no more safety cars. We'll see if that works in favour of him. Let's have a little look further down here. Glow all over the rear of Panther, who has got Pesci ahead now. I mean, Pesci must be devastated. The fact that he was having that battle up the front of the field with only Poison 4 seconds clear. And now, well, it's all been thrown in the bin for Pesci. Really. And that is ultimately how his race is going right now. But he still has time to get himself back into it. It'll be nice for him if he can get himself back within DRS range of those ahead. As you see all of these drivers, and off track goes Pesci as well. I do wonder if he's also got damages, because look how close back Panther has got himself, and the Aston Martin now will take the place of Pesci surely, and indeed he does. The Aston Martin of Black Panther now up into the top 7. Although I do believe Black Panther is likely to receive a penalty come the end of the race due to the move he done on Poison, which caused Poison to have some damages. So, you know, looks likely that... So, yeah, I don't think Black Panther will be holding on to the place regardless. Whilst Glue has now received a 3-second time penalty. Nowhere near the penalties he received at Qatar not too long ago. Was it last season or earlier this season, maybe? Or maybe pre-season it could have been. It was not long ago, anyway. Only a few weeks. But Glue actually received a disqualification in race for multiple track limit warnings, effectively. I'm trying to think, how many penalties did he get that race? It was over 30 seconds. I know that much. And that's all track limits. It wasn't even 5-second penalties for speeding into the pit lane. It was all for track limits. And Glue got disqualified. It's still the most unbelievable achievement I've ever seen. As Destroyer Jack, Hazer and Poem all drawing a line. Brewdog as well. 4 in a row. Don't worry, you don't all have to be the same colour, but they're still going to go at it as Mr. Perm now thinking about a move round the outside on the Haas of Hazer. Side by side they come, and entering in, and Poem goes through on not one, but 2 drivers, and Poem is up at the 2nd place. He takes Drac and takes Brewdog, who has also been passed by Hazer as well. They're going side by side here, coming Hazer and Brewdog, and Hazer edges ahead, and Hazer up into P4. The battle's continuing to grow here at Yas Marina, even though there's been the collision between Pesci and Usamach, which I'm very certain we'll get a watch of later on this evening, or I will anyway, and see what exactly happened in terms of who's potentially at fault for it. Of course, again, we'll need to have a watch back on it because I can't really say anything without watching it back. But back to this with Pesci. He's just been overtaken by both Panther and Glue. Not ideal for him as Link's Piece now receives a fastest lap. Not a penalty, it's a fastest lap, sorry, for Link's Piece. Don't know why I was thinking of a penalty for a moment there. Back to it then with Hazer, who is closing up on Drac. Drac not closing the gap towards Poem, who is trying to break the slipstream here, as Poem now with Drac, Hazer, Bolt all going at it side by side actually. Come Hazer and Bolt, or is it Brewdog, sorry. Not Bolt, it's Brewdog and Hazer, my apologies on that one. And through goes Brewdog, who edges ahead of Hazer. So he's up into P4 now, Brewdog. And next up will be the duo up ahead, but Hazer will not be too keen on that move. He'll be going for it himself. But he just hangs in there, or does he? He's going to go for a little switcheroo, but no move to be made, or is there? Because there could be a chance on the outside or even the inside of turn 12, but he won't have a chance. And Brewdog hold the place, still going at it further back as well. The McLaren and the AlphaTauri on the run through to turns 11 and 12. But Pesci has got ahead, but Glue and Panther now are running side by side. Glue gets a little bit unsteady, and he goes off track as a result, almost into the barrier. He will rejoin the track in a fairly safe manner, I do hope. And it is, to be fair to him, it is in a safe manner that he has rejoined the track. Fair play to Glue on that one. He stuck to the track very well once he rejoined it. Didn't stick very well originally, however. Back to this then with Brewdog and Drac and Hazer keeping pace with Mr. Poem. I mean, Poison's gap is absolutely incredible. At 8 seconds, Poison is just running away with this. May need another safety car, guys, just to get somebody to compete with Poison. Oh, as Glue has opted to retire in the pit lane. Only in the pit lane, however. So there won't be a safety car as a result. Right, let's see here. Is going at it once more. Hazer and Brewdog. It's just incredible how often these guys are going side by side. And Brewdog now has got his car ahead of Hazer. Poem is starting to put out a little bit of a gap, you know, where these drivers are not keeping tabs on Poem, even when they get within DRS range. They just haven't got the pace right now on these tyres. They're all going to start thinking about the pit stops. Hazer is certainly going to think about pit stops, because he is now in and getting rid of his medium compound tyre. And now this makes things interesting. What tyre will Hazer go for? Will he go back to mediums? Let's have a simple watch of this. And the tyres he goes for is not mediums. He goes for the hard compound tyre. Hazer going hards to the end of this event. That makes things very interesting. Now, what happens further back? Black Panther, though, still on the rear of Pesci. A Poem. That has only allowed for Poem, really, to open up a little bit of a gap on Brewdog. He's out at about 0.8 of a second. That will be closing, obviously, on the long straight as well. He's definitely got a little bit of a gap. He'll be happy with that one. But Panther here will go down the inside on Pesci. And he has got the move done. Pesci unable to defend, but he will have a run at him. Who has DRS here? Will it be Panther or will it be Pesci? It will be Pesci, so he's going to have a run back at him. So let's see if he goes for it down the inside on Black Panther. And he indeed is not even close. He has to move done before they enter turn 9. So through goes Pesci again up into P6. Again, of course, he had that incident earlier on with Usamach, hence the disqualification of Usamach and why Pesci is only in P6 and not further up the field. Right, let's just see how they're getting on here. With Destroyer Drac is keeping pace with Brewdog. Destroyer Drac will need to box again. He's on soft tyres, so there's no doubt about that. Bolt will be going to the end. He's not got a penalty as well. It makes things interesting for me what the likes of Lynx and Hazer are going to be doing. And again on the main straight, the two Williams all very close there. Bolt into Drac almost. And there you go, Black Panther again re-overtaking Pesci. Pesci just struggling with that overall pace here. But he's going to try a little switchback and he's going to have the run down into turn number 9 once more. And around the outside, but he will actually go down the inside this time. Black Panther trying to hold it on the outside, but nowhere near. And Pesci back up into the top 6. How long will it last? Speaking of which, Perm has now been caught by Brewdog. So the Mercedes and now both Drac and Bolt are catching up to the Alfa Romeo once more. It's Mr. Perm trying to avoid getting slippery on the exit into Sector 3 there. Sector 3, always the more technical part of the track here. Can be very easy to slide around a little bit and use up a bit of your tyres as well. And into the pits goes the AlphaTauri of Pesci as well. So, done 25 laps on those hards. I do envision medium tyres will be the ones for him, as Hazer that's the fastest lap. He's got 2 laps on his hard tyres. Could he have gone mediums? He could have done. You know, he'll probably feel maybe later on he could have gone mediums, but he's opted for hards. Maybe he didn't have another set of mediums available to him. Let's go back up here. The two Williams are catching up, but are not within arm's length yet, because Brewdog will have a chance here. Will he go in? Will he go out? He will go inside, and he will go for the move on Poem, but Poem holds off on the outside line. They're still going side by side, but Poem edges ahead, and Brewdog cannot complete the overtake. Poem remaining in P2 with his time penalty, however. That will come into play, I'm sure, later in the race. If you're looking at the gaps, don't forget it is the gap to the leader and not the interval that is on. So if you're thinking, oh, these drivers ain't 9 seconds away from each other, no, they're not. They're about 3 or 4 tenths of a second each away from each other. I'm keeping that on because I want you to have an opportunity to see how the likes of Lynx, Hazer, Pesci and Speedy Bullet now, who's opted for soft tyres. Gotta say, soft tyres for Speedy Bullet, that is a target to get to the end. It would be quite impressive if he's able to do that, because they will struggle. But let's see how all of these guys do. Poison, I'm sure, is going to have to box again. Does he go soft, though, later on this race? Or does he decide, you know what, I'm sticking with these to the end? That would make things interesting if he stays to the end. As Brewdog now, again, re-overtakes Mr. Poem. And now, thinking about a move there, I thought Bolt was going to go for it. But he decides he's not going to bolt it, and he decides to lift off into the corner at turn 6. So he stays in behind, but he will have a glorious opportunity here, as will Poem. No battery for Brewdog. It will be a 3-wide contest. Brewdog lifts off, but Bolt continues to fight with Poem. Poem will hold it on the inside line, but here comes Bolt. Through goes Bolt, and Bolt is up into the top 2. He bolts it on this occasion. He doesn't lift off, and that is why he is back up to P2. Mr. Consistent, which we haven't said, well, we do say a lot, but he maybe hasn't proven to be Mr. Consistent for a while now. But now he's found himself up into the top 2 as Poison is into the pits, getting rid of his medium tyres. Is it a time where these guys need to just work together, try and get themselves to the end? Or do they think, you know what, P1 is out of the question, we just need to fight for P2 now? Because don't forget, you're going to have Lynx. Oh, Lynx is ahead of Poison. Is he? Where's Poison? He's just coming out of the pits now. He is behind Lynx. He's also behind Panther. He's going to be battling with Hazer. Wow. Hazer has completed an incredible undercut here on Poison, who is going to have DRS. However, I don't think Hazer's going to get it. Let's see. It will be Poison, so I think Hazer has arguably made a mistake there. But Poison has DRS. He's back ahead of Hazer. Hazer will not let this one up. He will try and stick with Poison if he can. This will be very intriguing because I was not anticipating Hazer to be able to get close to Poison, but he has been able to. And Hazer again is going to try his best, but Poison now is all over Black Panther. He goes down the inside of Black Panther, and Poison is up at a P6. Never mind on that one with Hazer. It's Black Panther that he needed to worry about, and Panther has been overtaken by one and may be about to be passed by Hazer as well. Hazer currently in P8 is all over the rear now of Black Panther. This will be a bit frustrating for the Haas driver. Just need to stay calm and composed, and I'm sure Hazer will very quickly take the place of Panther, who opts to stay out as tyres are effectively dead. He could opt for soft tyres right now. I think he's just moving effectively out of the way, knowing he was only holding him up. Well, he's still going at it, but though he does now just drop him behind. So through goes Hazer up at a P7. The gap is starting to open up a little bit between Bolt and Poem at 8/10, make it 1 second now, in fact. So I tell a lie on that one. I'm going to stick with these guys because they are still close to each other here. Hazer and Black Panther, although Panther will not be having the grip he wants with 23 lap holder tyres. Can Black Panther fight this one out with Hazer? Is the question. It doesn't look like it on the run through into turn 6 and 7. So Hazer will just edge ahead once more. Black Panther could not go for the overtake, but the top four still running very close now. Bolt has been pulled in slightly by Mr. Poem. I think DRS coming into play there for the Alfa Romeo, and a four-way battle continues with Link's Peace is now closing up the gap. He is 4 seconds away from the race leader, and then he got Poison about 6 seconds away. So the question is really, when are these guys thinking, you know what, it's time to box? Not on lap 40. That is the answer to that question. Lap 40 is not the time to box, they feel. As our Link's Piece is still closing in now. How difficult would it be for Lynx and Poison to make their way through on these drivers? Taking into account they will all be having... Oh, it's Mr. Poem. What's happened here? Mr. Poem has made a mistake. Link's Piece has got the move done, and now Mr. Poem is going to have DRS on Poison. Not sure what exactly has happened there, but Drac now has got Brewdog and is up as P2. Must have been a mistake there from Poem, because he's lost ground on all of those he was battling with. Maybe his hard tyres aren't quite cutting it now. Maybe he needs to think about a pit stop for Mr. Poem down in P6, because Hazer and Black Panther, although Panther is struggling on tyres as well. Merc may go to the end on his tyres are only 4 laps fresher than Mr. Poem's, so they're not much better really. But it does play a difference 4 laps, especially if you're closer, but they have got a gap between them about 10 seconds. So it's not too close between Poem and Merc at this moment in time. As Link's Piece is... Oh! He's in the wall! What has happened there? Link's Piece into Brewdog. Surely that's got to be on Link's, isn't it? I mean, maybe they were both thinking we're both going to box on the same lap, but then surely Link's there was a driver behind him, or maybe side by side, but he's just got on. I feel like he's just misunderstood the situation there. As I get the impression, I think what's happened to Merc, he has got one of those false pit stop or pit lane 3-second penalties. I believe he's likely going to get that appealed. There you go. If Willie Fernandez is listening or watching, there might be an appeal on your desk in the morning. So watch out for that one. So let's try and factor it in, and let's say Merc gets a successful appeal. We're now going to have to think in our minds, right, his 3-second penalty is kind of a bit of a lie at the moment, because I do think he's likely going to appeal that. I'm pretty sure it was for the pit entry, so I think that 3-second penalty is effectively a lie, unless he picks up another warning. Then he's in a bit of trouble, but he can't afford to get another warning. But now this all makes things interesting, especially if you're looking at the two leaders. You've got Bolt, you've got Drac. They're all at the moment still on their tyres, but they haven't had a chance to change. I love how the safety car just stays still on the track. Like, how can it just stay still on the track, man? At least let it move very slowly, right? Thank you for the follow to Ghost. Another Ghost. We love the Ghosts here. We've actually got 2 Ghosts already. I don't know if you're one of them. We have 2 Ghosts in the league. Maybe have we got space for a third one is the question. Into the pits and go the top 4 drivers. Pesci, I'm sure he's going to try and follow in. No. Pesci stays out. They're all following. They're all just staying out now, further back on soft tyres. There you go. All going for the fresh soft tyres now. Pesci on mediums. Is he going to be leading? I don't think he will. He's not even going to be leading, is he? No. This is a problem for Pesci. If he's going to stay on mediums, he would have felt he'd have at least needed and required to be in the race lead to stand any chance in this race. And this is a massive, massive problem for Pesci. He's on medium tyres. He's against everybody else are on fresh, soft tyres. And look at the standings. Poison is only P4 on soft tyres. Wow. There you go. And that's what can happen if you try and play a longer game and think, you know what, I'm going to just stay out, try and hang it out, and that has favoured drivers such as Rusted Bolt, soft tyres, he's in a grand position now. He's got Pesci as effectively, Pesci is Bolt's backup now. That is pretty much what Pesci is going to be used for. Because I'm sure Pesci's not in competition to win this, unless he gets an absolute miracle. Then you got Brewdog, who looks in a good position. Poison, Poem, Hazer, these guys are looking quick. You've got Panther, who looked quick earlier in the race. Drac has some pace. We know Merc can do something, he's back into the picture now. Lynx, again, another driver who's got something at this track, that's for sure. One of the quickest drivers in Tier 1. I always feel like Lynx's pace is underestimated in terms of his overall pace. He is one of the quickest drivers in Tier 1. When you really take into account overall pace, but maybe something's missing from his game or from his overall racecraft, race ability. But he's always one of those drivers to watch out for, certainly in this league, who can end up winning or competing for wins. So it wouldn't surprise me if I saw Link's piece maybe in the top 5 come the end of the race, but obviously he has a time penalty as well. And that will be 3 seconds. Speedy Bullet, the Red Bull, has shown some promising signs here. Don't forget his realistic car, so Speedy Bullet is a Tier 3 runner, and literally nearly everybody that he's battling with are Tier 1s. It is just Brewdog in the Mercedes, Black Panther in the Aston Martin, and Late Bloomer in the Ferrari, who are not Tier 1 drivers. And 2 drivers who DNF'd are Glue Tier 3, Filthy Ghost is Tier 2. Usamat was a Tier 1 and he got disqualified after a little incident, it seems, or maybe something a bit more severe than that, with Pesci. So we'll see what happens in that one between Usamat and Pesci. We also saw earlier on Black Panther into Poison, which seemingly has given Poison some damages as well. But again, those 2 incidents will be reviewed. There was something with Merc, I believe. I can't say what. I don't know why Ghost DNF'd, but safety car got called out before he DNF'd. So there could be a few incidents, but for 100% tier race, I don't think there's too much. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Right, safety car will be in this lap. So as we normally do, we get the telemetry on and we go on board with the race leader, and that is Rusted Bolt. Been a long time coming since he's actually been leading races, but he's back here in the lead. He's going to try and get a breakaway on Pesci on the better tyres. It would not shock me if he wanted to go early, but he's going to have to slow it down a bit more. He's going a bit quickly, you know. That safety car's got to get in the pits before he wants to go. He's going to have to go surely before the final corner. He might go around here, you know. And there you go, he is off and running. And we are back and running here. But Pesci is immediately with him. He has really kept faith in this one. Pesci's still there. He's done an incredible job to keep up. And we can get away from the gap to the leader. We don't need that one anymore. It's the interval that we need now. Because we can see the gaps very clearly are extremely close here. In the 100% tier. And Poison is all over Brewdog early on here. And going to go for a move. Right down the inside he goes. And side by side they will squabble it out. And fight it out. And through goes Poison. To the AlphaTauri of Poison now. Up onto the podium. P3. And further down the field Merc takes Destroyer Drac. And through goes the Alpine up into P8. Who will be keeping the ERS alive? As the Alfa Romeo of Lynx Pieces going for a move. Oh, crikey. That was a move, wasn't it? Oh, and being spun there as late bloomer, it did look like he was going to go for a bit of a move on Speedy Bullet. In all fairness, it didn't look particularly comfortable watching that one, I have to admit. But back to this one, Mr. Poem now is taking the frame and taking the place of Brewdog. So through goes Poem, and side by side come Pesci and Poison. The AlphaTauri is going at it. Pesci is trying to defend, and he does defend successfully. Again, all of this is only benefiting Rusted Bolt, and it really is only benefiting those behind as well. Poem, Hazer, Brewdog, Black Panther, Merc, who I think may get that 3 seconds removed with an appeal. So, yeah, you've got quite a few drivers here in competition for a podium, as now the fast laps flying through. Poison with a 1:25.818 has the current fastest lap. He is the pace setter, but he is not the race leader. That goes to Russell Bolt still, but they're well within a second of each other. It is a DRS train all into the top 10, and now Poison goes for the move. Bloom with a penalty, but down the inside goes Poison on his teammate Pesci. Pesci will not have the grip to fight it out, and Pesci will lose out, but I'm sure he will try to use up his battery, as will Poison. Who is closer? Who will go for the overtake here? Will it be Pesci? I don't think he's there. Nah, he's staying in behind, so Poison stays in front, and further back there are battles going on as well, and Lynx Peace is trying to have a battle there with Drac, and it looks like Drac is still there side by side here, and they are still continuing squabbling side by side. Pazer and Poem coming through as well, and we have a watch of this one between Lynx and Destroyer. Drac further up the field have to go towards Hazer and Poem as they are fighting it through, and Hazer has the job done. He's up into the top 4 now. He takes Mr. Poem. Don't forget, Hazer has no time penalties. And now he's up into P4. So Hazer on the freshest tyres alongside the top 2, alongside Destroyer Drac as well. And now he can charge on Pesci if he wants to. Therefore, Poison again, fast lap of 25.393 on this occasion. And now he will take the battle to Rusted Bolt. Will he put Bolt to the sword here? Well, on lap 47, there are still, 12 laps remaining here at Yas Marina. And again, as Poison will go down the inside this time on Bolt. They're still going side by side. Will Bolt hold it on the outside line? To be fair, he does very well. But Poison surely gets DRS. Yes, he does. And this will give Poison a chance he needs. And further back, Pesci and Hazer coming at it. Hazer has been overtaken by Pesci, and Poem going down the inside as well. I think Hazer's made a big mistake there, trying to get the move done initially on one driver. But Bolt holds the lead on Poison. It's incredible stuff. And now entering will be Pesci, Hazer, Poem and Panther as well. Merc closing the gap, and side by side with Brewdog further back. But side by side here as deep goes in Hazer. And Poem will get the move done on Hazer. I'm very short of the best, but they're still going at it. Side by side, come the top 2, who will have the move into turns 11 and 12. It's incredibly, excruciatingly close, but they continue to vie, continuing to fight, and continuing to battle. And Poison gets the move done on Rusted Bolt, and through goes Poison into the race lead once more. There's about 6 drivers still squabbling here, but it's still running down to Destroyer Drac in P10. That's how close this all is. As now Hazer and Pesci still struggling a little bit on the mediums. I mean, he's got pace quite clearly, but he's struggling to keep up with the soft tyre runners. Oh! A slip and a slide from Destroyer Drac. I am uncertain if there was contact between himself and Lynx Peace. Lynx seems to be struggling a little bit as well. He has dropped back behind Speedy Bullet. I can't see any damage from Lynx. So I don't know if there was any contact between them. There may have been. There may well have been. It may have been slight, but it may still have been contact. And obviously with it so late in the race, that could be a penalty incoming for Lynx. But that only depends if there was contact. I can't guarantee there was. I can't guarantee that there wasn't. So, again, sitting on the fence. Might as well be a politician if I'm going to be like that. Jesus Christ. Right, Bolt, Poison, Hazer still going at it here. And side by side once more come Poison and Bolt. Poison holds it around the outside. He will take the race lead once again with 11 laps remaining. Well, make it 10 and a bit. Poison P1, Bolt P2, Hazer P3, Pesci still holding on in P4. But Mr. Poem is right there with him. That's now... Oh, Black Panther has lost ground. And Panther has now potentially spun himself. And now Black Panther is down into P10, maybe P11, but he's battling now with Late Bloomer as Hazer round the outside on Rusted Bolt. And Hazer goes through, he's up into P2. Next up for Hazer will be the race leader Poison. And this is going to be a frantic battle to the end. I'm just hoping that they can all stay in DRS trains because this is looking good. It's looking very tasty here at the front. The top four all battling it out. Poem and Merc. Well, maybe one or two of them are going to look to get their penalties rescinded through the appeals. If they are, then who knows what will happen later on. And now again, they are 3 wide, but around the outside, Bolt goes for it. And on the inside there was Hazer. Poison still in there. Hazer is still going at it. Poison now joins in this fight. And side by side come Poison and Hazer. Pesci still in the frame. As Pesci drops further back, we can watch directly on board with Pesci. Actually, I want to change away and move it back to the broadcast angle here. Poison back into the lead. Bolt P2, Hazer P3 and Pesci in P4. Four-way battle for the victory right now here at Abu Dhabi. Who will come away from the United Arab Emirates with the win out of these 4 drivers. It seems like only these 4 drivers are in with a chance. But do not rule out those in behind. Merc still may have a chance if he can close the gap. He has just overtaken Mr. Poem. He's up into P5 and is also looking rapid on his soft tyres. Do not rule out Merc for a potential podium here. Again, I think he will try to appeal his 3-second time penalty. Therefore, he's still in with a shot. And he's closing up the gap very quickly here. 1 second behind. Is he in DRS range? I don't think he's got in on Pesci, but it's incredibly close. He may get in on the run down into turn 6 and 7. There may be a chance then for Merc to stay within a second, but he's just losing ground. And now going for the move for the race lead again. Rusted Bolt taking Poison. So back into P1, and the 4 drivers here are still going at it. Merc is still following him behind as well. But these 4 drivers, who will come out on top here at Abu Dhabi? 50 laps of 58, and they're still going at it side by side again into turn 9. It's incredible drama going on here, as has Poison got the move done again on Rusted Bolt. The Williams will try and fight it, but he's unable to do so. And that will just allow for Poison to go through. The Lithuanian just keeping pace at the moment with Poison. And then you've got Hazer and Pesci coming in directly behind Pesci, though. It's starting to drop back. You would anticipate that on his medium compound tyres. Merc is being allowed a chance to join in this battle. So we'll return to the action here with Hazer keeping the pace alive with both Poison and Rusted Bolt. Still a 4-way battle. It could be a 5-way battle once Merc joins in, which he has very much joined in already. I don't think Merc will wait too long behind Pesci because he knows he's got to get the move done. And he may go for the move into turn 6 and 7 as well. They will go for it in the background, but we will stick with this because Rusted Bolt and Poison going at it again. Bolt goes through and go down the inside goes Hazer, but he stays behind Pesci. Has kept Merc behind him for now. And we'll stick with the leaders here with Rusted Bolt. Poison will go on with Poison. Is he going to go in or out? He will go on the outside here. Bolt defends the inside line. And now side by side on the bend at turn 9. Who is ahead? On the broadcast view, you can clearly see side by side once more. incredibly done, and it does look like Poison is just ahead, and he's edged ahead of the Williams driver. Bolt cannot defend that one. Poison back up to P1 then, and this will be a battle to the very end here. And again, Merck is still closing in. He will like for Pesci to be outside of DRS range. Then Merck will strike. But let's see again. These three. I wonder what Hayes is thinking right now, because he is directly behind. He has DRS. But he may think, you know what, Merck's going to join. Only issue is, I don't think any of these three guys know. Or these four guys. I don't know if any of them know that Merck may get that 3-second penalty rescinded. If they know that, as Merck now has got the move on Pesci, has he got DRS, however? I do not believe he does. This is a problem for Merck. So Pesci has DRS, he will now try and follow a little bit. I've got to say that's a bit too much weaving for my liking from Merck, I have to admit. Pesci, however, does get the move done. As Perm also is ahead of Brewdog in the background and up into P6. And also Speedy Bullet going for on Link's piece. 3 battles into the chicane, and now Speedy Bullet goes for a lovely move, but has he got hit done? Sorry, I'm just watching this one for a moment, but Speedy Bullet losing out to Lynx, and he is catching and catching and catching, and not going for the move. Lynx piece did leave a space on the outside in all fairness to him, but that was not a chance for the Red Bull to go for it. So we will drop now, and we'll go back up towards Hazer this time. Merck has meanwhile kept Pesci at bay. So we did re-overtake the AlphaTauri, and back up into P4 he goes. Merck really needs to get himself within a second, which, okay, it has occurred very quickly. He's back within a second. So let's stick on with the top 5 drivers and well within DRS range of each other now. And the frantic battling will commence. We have just 6 laps remaining in this event. And at the moment, if you're making me tip somebody for the win, I have absolutely no idea. Because, well, it just depends on how their batteries are looking. I am not going to look at their batteries, because I want this to be an exciting race for myself and for you guys as well. Everybody watching, as you can see the red light flashing for Poison. So somebody who's not looking good on their battery is Poison. He's got his red light flashing. So that will give Bolt, Hazer, Merck and Pesci a little bit of a boost. Let's see if anybody else is... Oh, Pesci's red light as well. So 3 drivers do not have the red light flashing, as now side by side come Hazer and Poison. Hazer would have seen that red light flashing, and it will still flash. Hazer going for this move. Hazer getting the move. Hazer up into 2nd place. He gets the move on the AlphaTauri. Poison cannot fight it. And now Hazer is now going to have a chance on Rusted Bolt. That is what Hazer needed. He's up into P2. Hazer's racecraft this season has very much improved compared to previous seasons. It's very fair to say that, I think. I think what we'll do, we'll just stick with this, because Merck is not close enough. He is at 7/10 of a second. He can still close the gap in the Alpine. He's doing well in that. And obviously that Alpine is a pretty solid car, but how close can Hazer get towards Rusted Bolt here? Knowing that Poison is still there, and Merck as well. Pesci has dropped back now. That 5-way battle has dropped. It is a 4-way battle for the victory here. And here comes Hazer once more, going for the overtake and drawing alongside Rusted Bolt. And I think he's now going for the overtake himself, so he's got the move done. For what's on board here with Merck, who is still in the battle, but not quite close enough. Hazer got through on Bolt. No red light flash. No red light. Sorry, say it again. No red light flashing on this occasion. Bolt has got back ahead of Hazer, however. So Bolt P1, Hazer P2. That's still very close. Bolt holds on to P1, however. And we're back in it with 4 and a little bit of laps remaining here. They're getting closer to the line. Bolt, Hazer, Poison, Merck as well. That 3-second penalty, which again, I think will be appealed. But hopefully for his sake he has not got another warning. I will have a look on that screen later on, just to check what potentially could happen to Merck. Oh, yellow flags further back. There is no safety car. In the pits goes WBA Brewdog, however. So, no safety car, but something has happened to Brewdog which will cost him. And only Destroyer Drac will fall in behind now. But here we go again. Bolt ahead of Hazer. Poison ahead of Merc. A little bit slidey out of the corner there. Out of turn number 5. But now on the run through into turn 6 and 7 through the chicane. Will it be Poison? Will it be Hazer? Will it be Bolt? Will it be Merc? It will be Hazer, who is back into the race lead. But when will the likes of Poison and Merc strike when it comes down purely to their battery levels here? But it is Hazer leading now, but Poison and Bolt now again. Bolt going forward and Bolt returning to the race lead. These two are just switching positions here. And it's now Bolt, Hazer, Poison and Merc, and Black Panther receives a 3-second time penalty. At the moment that does not look like it will cost him up against Late Bloomer. But it's just down to these 4 drivers here. We are getting ever so close. Who will come out on top? And now it will be just 3 laps remaining at Yas Marina. Rusted Bolt in the Williams, Hazer in the Haas, Poison in the AlphaTauri, and Merc in the Alpine. All 4 have done tremendously well in this event to be where they are. Pesci has done solid in the AlphaTauri on the medium tyres, but it's all down to the top 4 runners here. And now Hazer again will get DRS. He will go for the overtake, I'm sure, on Bolt. But then when will Poison go for a move? And what about Merc? He's just dropping back a little bit. Maybe, I don't know if he's trying to recharge his battery potentially. But now Hazer goes for the move. Go back onto it with Poison. Try a little switchback, and he goes for a switchback here on Bolt. That is a little bit slippery and can't quite get it done. So therefore we'll go back on with Bolt, who will go around the outside on Hazer, and again he returns to the race lead. There's still a battle between these 4 drivers, which has been quite impressive between each of them. And how close can Hazer get there to the rear of Rusted Bolt without touching as well? To get that close, quite formidable. But they keep at it here, and we are getting ever so close now to the end. We are going to be drawing the line here, because it will be the penultimate lap of the race here now. Bolt, Hazer, Poison, Merc, 4-way battle for the victory. And it is the penultimate lap of the race now between Bolt and Hazer, who will be clear on this lap, as very close comes Hazer again on the rear of Bolt. Yellow flags for Ferrari of Late Bloomer further back. Nothing major, he's still holding on to his position now. Who will be keen to stay in the DRS zone? I think the DRS into turn 9 on the final lap will be pivotal. And Bolt, you could argue, has a bit of an advantage here, because if Hazer goes for the move, let's see what happens. Hazer will go for the overtake. Will he hang in behind it? He does not. He goes in a little bit deeper as well. Oh, contact! There is contact from Bolt into Hazer. Off track goes Poison, and Poison receives a time penalty. He's got 3 seconds, and now Merc joins in. He has decided this is his chance. 3-way battle, 4-way battle into turn 9. We knew something would arise. It's 1 lap earlier. Hazer is clear now, but Poison, Bolt and Merc going at it. Bolt takes Poison, and Poison again goes off track. And now what happens between him and Merc? And Bolt off track as well. They're all going at it. It's just allowing Hazer to go through. Hazer's got a second gap. This is going to be Hazer's race to win. He's going to take a glorious win. Thank you for the raid to Gianni. Very much appreciated on that one. We're on the last lap now at Abu Dhabi. Hazer, out of nowhere, he has pulled out a 1.4 second gap, because Poison, Bolt and Merc have been battling each other so much now. But Hazer has finally got the gap, and that should be the win wrapped up for the Haas driver. Incredible stuff. But he's going to deliver the victory that he has been waiting for this season. What is that? Is that his second win since returning? Either way, brilliant stuff from him, because obviously he pipped Merc last week to the win. And now Bolt taking a place of Poison, and down the side goes Merc. Merc takes Poison, and Merc is up into P3. Next for Merc will be Bolt. And look how quick he's going to be going. He's going to slide it round the outside. Or is he going to go down the inside? Red light flashing for Bolt. Has Merck got it? He's going to go round the outside, side by side, at a bend, at turn 9. Hazer still leads, but coming through a Bolt and Merck. Merck on the inside line, Bolt on the outside line. Nobody's going to give an inch here. They're going to keep at it. A little bit of contact between them. Nothing major. I don't think it was a fault of Merck personally from that angle. And they're all getting ever so touchy here on this final lap. And Poison wants to have a battle back. But Hazer will come through on this final lap. Hazer will win at Yas Marina. I'm sorry, I had to go to Liz. Merck wraps up P2. Poison P3. But Poison will lose out. And Bolt goes back up to P2. Unbelievable. What has happened here? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Pesci goes to P4. Poison P5. Then it's Poem. Then it's Speedy Bullet. Then it's Lynx. Then it's Black Panther. Then it's Late Bloomer. We're just going to wait on him to cross the line. He's actually going to lose out to Brewdog, in fact. Lynx Piece did finish the race, by the way. But Late Bloomer, then it's Brewdog. As you know, Brewdog takes Late Bloomer. And then we're just waiting on Destroyer Jack. Wow. That is a frantic ending. I did say it would be one, but I didn't expect it to be like that. Pesci also did finish the race, by the way. So, again, a glitch from the game. I don't know why it does it. But when you leave, apparently, before we go to the results screen, it results in you having a DNF. But that's obviously not the case. It doesn't really help now that everybody's doing it, because it would have been nice to have seen the results beforehand. The DNFs have not benefited because it has not allowed us to see the results so clearly. So we can only go by memory, which my memory will probably be quite incorrect due to the time penalties received by drivers. So the podium celebrations will be completely different to what they should actually be. The one thing that I am fairly certain on, Hazer has got the win. And that will be back-to-back wins in the 100% tier for the Haas driver. There you go, the results are in on the screen, but again, they are pretty false. We will have to go by what the results said before, but Hazer has taken a win. That is what I believe is a guarantee. Oh, this won't be easy getting through. Oh, crikey. It's a long incidents page, which unfortunately we haven't been able to get through. We only got to like lap 17. England, meanwhile, did beat Malta 2-0. 2-0. Lads, what have you been playing at? And actually, the biggest... Wow, that's a big result. Finland 4, Northern Ireland 0. Jesus. That's a poor result, isn't it? Meanwhile, San Marino have scored. They lost 3-1 to Kazakhstan, but they still scored a goal. So San Marino have even managed to score. Mad. Anyways, that has been the 100% tier race completed tonight. A very interesting ending to the race. And obviously there will be some incident again, which I'm going to admit, again, is starting to get frustrating with these incidents. But you know, yeah, penalties would obviously have to come out, but a bit frustrating, really. I don't know what's happened to the drivers over the last week or so, but they seem to have turned into animals, really, is what you could argue. Whatever's happened, I don't know. But drivers need to start to fix up, I think. But anyways, that has been the race done. Hazer back-to-back victories. And we move to the international tier tomorrow night, 10 o'clock PM. And that event will be at... I need to actually double check for this one. Again, obviously, every week I say it, I know. Right, race calendar. For the international tier this week, it will be held at Brazil. Oh, nope, I lied. It will be at Miami. Yep. Mindset is round 4, but it's clearly not. It's round 3. It will be back at Miami, so I've raced there already this season. So there you go. Miami will be the race then for tomorrow night, 10 o'clock PM. Yep, I agree with that on Widget. Congratulations to Hazer. It was definitely a nice, solid victory for him. Let's sort out this raid and then. Who shall we raid tonight? See who's online. Anyways, I'm gonna leave my sound off now, but thank you for watching. I have been Viva F1 Comms, we have been UFRL, and I will now sort out a raid, but we'll be back tomorrow night, 10 o'clock PM. Watch out for it.